There you go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Voice of the Youth. It is Samia, Jamima, and a Rose. Oh, Jamima's in two cameras. You make me sick.
Thank you.
Can you turn it a little bit?
How?
I'll do that in a second.
Oh,
Since I'm about to turn it. Jamima, how was your week?
I had a really good week.
Different bad.
I started back work today. No, not today. This week. Yeah, this week. I'm really excited about that. I was real tired of being a couch potato, so I'm excited about that.
Rose, how was your week?
My week was good. It was okay. What did I do? I forgot.
What did
Oh,
you
I had
do?
I went to a baby shower. It's a boy.
Ooh.
That was it. Yeah, everything was good.
What about
last
that
week.
concert?
Oh yeah, I went to a Christian concert. It was really good.
I know all my favorite people were there.
Huh?
All my favorite people were there.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was
Elevation
so
Worship?
nice. No, Elevation Rhythm.
Oh.
It was so good. Like the Holy Spirit was there. It was so nice. I thought I was gonna lose my voice. That's how much I was screaming. It was so good.
There's this one group I want to see in concert. They're
I wish
Haitian,
I could
though.
go again.
I can't remember the name on top of my head, but they've been going crazy on TikTok.
Oh.
They just kind of fuse compa and like.
Oh, I saw it. They had a concert.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it.
I want to go to that.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Do 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 do. Okay, my week was pretty.
I know, right?
She has her own camera.
Okay.
My week was great, guys. You don't know what he asked. My week was great. I went to Disney. It was the best experience ever. And then there at Disney, I realized there's just like, even though God isn't, how do I say this? Even though God isn't constantly like being put out there like vibrantly or aggressively, you can always see him in like the little things, like in the little moments. Like there was a fireworks show. Dude, like that really, the fireworks show, the sun setting, like there's just so many beautiful things that like in nature that show you that God, how beautiful God is and how beautiful his creations are. And then there's just things like the fireworks show really was just like, he's making all these beautiful things for us and we're just sitting here being oblivious. Now, fireworks are obnoxious, and ever since I got back, I keep hearing these fireworks and I think they're gunshots and I keep getting ready to duck. So,
in this high climate, it might be either or.
I don't know which one it is anymore.
Either or.
I was so scared. Literally, me and my friend, I had earplugs in because I don't like loud noises, and that's just what I am. I just don't like loud noises. So I had earplugs in. Still could hear it. Still sounds like gunshot. We're in the front row basically. I'm ducking and hiding. Ducking where? I don't know. And there's this drunk man behind me.
At Disney? People get drunk at Disney?
Yeah, they have bars. But we were at Epcot. So Epcot's like really for the adults and stuff. More so than Disney is. You won't ever find anybody.
I have a thing with loud noises too.
I think it's just, I don't know what it is.
I have PTSD though, so.
From what?
Rose.
No, I was genuinely asking.
Oh, from my car accident. Like the noise I heard when the cars collided, it kind of ingrained in my head. Anytime, even like the other day, I was washing dishes and then a tass fell on the floor and I literally screamed and jumped. And everyone was like, "What is wrong with you?" And I was like,
meant,
"I'm sorry."
You always had that. That's
No. It came after the accident.
I don't know. I just don't like loud noises. Never have. As you guys know, this beautiful sheet of paper had all of our topics.
We're gonna get through like what point of the topic?
No, because when you guys aren't here, I get through all the topics, and then I have nothing to talk about.
I think it's my wood. If I open sip.
I was just confused. But the first topic is God, therapy, or both? Both.
I think both. God put therapists here for a reason. Therapists are doctors, and most of the times therapists are doctors. And if you can go to the doctor for a tummy ache, why can't you go to the doctor for a mind issue?
You know what? You're so right, because sometimes Christians, they have their faith in God, but when it becomes medical sometimes, it's like it starts to shrivel away and they start to rely on doctors and medication. But then in other circumstances, it just starts to disappear. Like if it's mental, I'm gonna go rely on God for this. Well, you can. God is always there for you to have that outlet. He's always there to have your faith in and build your faith on. And if you pray enough and rebuke it, it will leave. But you also have to think about it. How far deep is this? Can someone else help me? Can I get more help? Because more help is always good. Help is never limited, if that makes sense.
God put people in this world for a reason. Y'all know that story that they used to say at church where it was like the guy on the boat and he was drowning and he asked God, please come down and save me, come down and save me. And then one man came on a rescue boat. He was like, hey, I'm here to save you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, God's coming to come save me. Second person come, oh, I'm here to help you. He's like, oh, no, God's coming to come save me.
I have faith in God. I'm waiting on God.
I'm waiting on God. Like, God's going to come down and pick him up with his hands and throw him on land. Third person comes. He's like, no, I'm waiting on God. Finally, he ends up drowning, and he gets to heaven, and he's like, God, what's up? Like,
God sent you your people.
And God was like, I sent you 3 people, and you're still stupid enough to drown and die. So it's kind of the same thing. God put therapists here for a reason. It is not like God cannot cast away anything in your mind, but therapists are here for a reason. Use the resources God put here for us. Same way he put doctors here for us. If you break a leg, if you break your leg, you're not going to lay on the floor and just start praying and be like, God, fix my leg. God, fix my... You can't do that. But you have to go to a doctor, get x-rays, stuff like that. But I say all this to say, like, don't be stupid. Not saying y'all are stupid. I bet y'all are very lovely people. But God put people in this world for a reason, and they serve a purpose. And therapy is not a bad thing. Therapy doesn't come from the devil. There is Christian therapists. There's women therapists. There's Haitian therapists. There's men therapists. There's therapy that specializes in rape. There's therapy that specializes in childhood trauma. There's therapists that specialize in everything. So that's my point of view.
She said it for me.
Okay.
It's a strong topic for me.
Yeah, and I feel like not even just in like Christian community, but in Christian community, I feel like therapy is something that more Christians don't hold back in. Like in Haitian community, it's already like mental health doesn't exist. Mental health isn't a real thing. Mental health isn't this. Mental health isn't that. And there, it's enough. But when you mix that, like the Christian mindset with the Haitian mindset, and I always pray to God. No matter how sick I am, no matter like I always pray to God first, then I go to the doctor. But if you have a terrible cough and you feel like something's sitting on your chest, first thing that someone's gonna go tell you, your Haitian mother, I'll prier. Can't even say it. I'll prier.
I'll piler.
I'll go pray.
Oh, I'll prier.
I can't say my R's, guys.
I saw you said piler. Because my mom tells me I'll piler like, mette citron, mette sel.
And then they start giving you these remedies.
Mette sur miel, petit clé là dedans, boisson, and then boil.
Like
that's what my mom tells me. Or boite, or go
I don't know what lie is.
Or mush it up.
Lie?
Yeah.
That's garlic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I want to call it garlic.
That's
But
nasty.
yeah,
Garlic. I actually like garlic like that.
Just to eat it like that? Are you okay?
I love eating garlic like that.
That is not okay.
Rose's face shifted so quickly.
No.
That was
If y'all are listening,
Bro.
tell me who likes to eat garlic. Like let's say you're making spaghetti. I put whole garlic like onions in my spaghetti.
I mean, if you put it in the food, it's going to give it flavor because it's mixed with other
no,
stuff.
I like eating the
But, like-
pieces of garlic out the food. Like I don't chop it up. I leave whole pieces of garlic.
Are you okay? Who hurt you?
Rose.
I like garlic. What?
Okay. I mean,
So people can eat a whole bell pepper, but because I eat a little garlic, I'm weird.
Bell pepper doesn't really
doesn't-
have a taste
Yeah,
though.
it doesn't have a taste.
I
and
cannot
then-
eat a bell pepper.
And
like
it's
that.
not gonna leave any
Do you eat it
smell
with
in
ranch?
your mouth because I know garlic.
Toothbrush.
Does that. Ugh.
We're gonna move on because we're getting off topic.
Imagine you're eating with your family downstairs. Like you have somebody. You have a guest at your house. and
Well,
you start
if
eating
that's
it.
the case,
You
I'm
eat
not gonna
that.
be
Now-
eating my regular
now
amount
they're
of
sitting
garlic.
right next to you, and you're turning around saying something. Now they're gonna be like,
Well, I'm not. If there's a guest around, I'm not gonna eat my 6 pieces of garlic
Yeah,
on my
right.
spaghetti.
Yeah, right.
I might eat 2.
bruh, that's that's not any
I'm gonna
good.
eat my 6.
Okay.
I'm not weird. So
You're
I'm
odd.
the one that eats whole garlic. All y'all Haitian people don't eat whole garlic. D'accord.
The parents
I
do.
give Right.
I know my
Therapy.
My mom used to.
I think
Exactly. It's good for you. It's good for your.
So she used to do it because she was sick.
It's good for your body, even if you're not sick. It's good for you.
I'm gonna continue.
I mean, it's okay. You can eat it. It's okay.
Prayer.
Still force me to eat it. I'm not going to.
I'm still gonna eat it regardless. I'm not stopping eating.
Hey, can we stop? Hey, can we stop? hey.
So, where's this chat from YouTube or?
From okay no, I'll be there sis up is Janice. Okay,
no,
is
I'm
us.
talking. Are these comments from
Yeah,
YouTube?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I was about to pull up the YouTube, but I was like, it's right there.
Prayer is powerful, but is not a substitute for unpacking trauma. God is always there to listen, and God will always direct you to a Bible verse, someone who can help you. Someone who can help you. God will always direct you to something that can help you, especially when you're going through something traumatic. He wants you to be able to be okay mentally. He wants you to be able to open up about what you went through, and he's going to direct you to something that you need. If you sit down in a prayer and you say, God help me, God help me, God help me, and then you decline every single help that he throws your way, you don't want the help. And that's just that. Yeah. Jamima basically said everything. Like,
Sorry.
just covered every floor.
She did.
Okay. Being the different friend. Now, oftentimes, hi.
I can't read.
Oh, she said hello, sisters. Yeah.
It's too far.
Hello. Being the different friend. Oftentimes,
What do you mean different though?
different.
Like, what's
Not different, but different. Like being the friend that you don't go out to clubs on a Saturday, Sunday mornings.
Girl.
You don't go to clubs repeatedly because
don't be friends with those people.
I'm gonna beat her up. By the end of the show, she's gonna end up in a cast.
I'm just saying,
Thanks, Jamima. I mean, thanks,
Share
Rose.
same interest.
Being a different friend. When you're in a friendship, it's best to have a friendship with someone who is as equally yoked as you.
Yeah.
When you're friends with someone who is unequally yoked, they're going to bring you down. I have nothing but friends that believe in God. I have friends who are just now starting the relationship out, and so they're growing, they're blossoming, they're learning their things and stuff like that, and that's good for them. And I try to help them. I have this one friend, she kind of has a cursing problem. We'll be on the phone and she'll start cursing, and I'm just like, stop cursing. It's not like she does it on purpose. It's just she's done it for so long that it's a habit that she's trying to grow out of, and she's trying, and that's what matters. Now, when you are friends with someone who is unequally yoked and you're the different friend, you're friends with somebody who doesn't have the same beliefs as you, you're friends with somebody who doesn't understand, oh, well, why are you always at church? Why are you always praising God?
What you mean why am I always praising God? What type of friend asking you that?
Like,
What
no,
you mean?
saying that as an example. That's an example.
Anybody who's telling you that is weird.
Some people it actually does happen. I mean, it's never happened to me, but I know like people
Yeah.
have. talked
I mean,
about
God
that.
forbid I praise the Lord. God forbid
I want a good relationship with my creator.
God forbid someone who
What?
saved my life repeatedly
Guys are
gets
so
the glory.
TikTok coded.
Like,
Like, it don't make no sense. What you mean why am I always at church? Where do you want me to be?
with you?
Lost in the world with you? On the path to hell,
Hell?
with you?
Hell?
Sorry.
No thanks.
Why'd you say it like that?
But it's okay to not fit in with the people that you have. If there's people around you, not people that you have, it's okay to not fit in with the people that's around you. Because when you try so hard to fit in, it's going to do nothing for you. First of all, set yourself apart from those around you. Set yourself apart. Like I read last week in Colossians 3, verse 2, set yourself apart from the worldly things. Now, if somebody is out here celebrating the world, they're doing worldly things, they're celebrating Mardi Gras and stuff like that, separate yourself apart from that. I don't know why I thought about Mardi Gras, but I thought about Mardi Gras. Set yourself apart from that. There's times where you need to take a fat step back and you need to
And realize what's going on.
exactly.
What's really going on.
You need to reiterate yourself with people who can help you. You need to open your eyes. Because at some point in time, God will open your eyes. If there's a mask on your eyes and you're constantly praying and you're living worldly and you're sinning, God will open your eyes. No matter how hard you try to fight it, at some point in time, before it's too late, God will time and time again open your eyes. Now, if you keep closing them, that's on you. But he will open your eyes.
not to talk about it, I had to ask someone this question because I felt that I knew the answer, but I just wanted verification. Why was so many Christian sisters at the Kylie reunion concert? Did y'all see that? Just me?
I don't know who.
Kylie?
Yeah, I don't know who that
It's
is.
a compa. Okay, it's a compa band. You don't know Kylie?
But I also like I listened to.
That was just weird. I thought every Haitian kid grew up listening to Kylie.
Yeah, no, I know it.
Think about what you just asked yourself.
Right?
Every Haitian kid. Now, I'm a Haitian kid. Who's my father? Who's my mother?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I took a
Okay.
step back. I was like, okay, never mind.
I don't know who Kylie is.
But a lot of people I saw, they were at the Kylie concert, Christian people, and I was like, I know this is wrong, but I'm like, is it really wrong? Because
That
all
was
they saying
somebody's
is,
band.
are you ready? Yes,
Somebody
yes.
said that?
What?
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Thank you.
What they say?
Janice said she don't know Kylie. I mean, I heard
How do you know they would? Sis, please.
you are a Christian, not a Haitian kid.
Not the host calling you out. The host is your dad.
I mean, the host is my dad.
He said, "You're clock that tea real quick."
I mean, I am.
I know because they posted it, and then I was like, that's interesting. And I just wanted to know, like, is that wrong? And then it opened my eyes. I was like, because the person told me, she was like, what are you really doing there? How is that praising God? How is that, glorifying God, what you're doing?
Right.
And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Because when you look at the people, like, on social media, the things they were wearing, the stuff that they were doing, the dances that they were doing, I was like, if the trumpets sounded while in the midst of that concert, you're doomed. You're stuck.
Thank you, Janice.
It makes sense for her not to know. That's exactly what I thought after I said it. She is a
know,
PK.
right?
Imagine me playing that. Imagine him playing that.
But I mean, that one song was that crazy. Are you ready? Yes. Yeah. It's not a crazy song.
I mean, at my house, my parents didn't play it either. They just, what's it called? But, like, back in Haiti, you could hear other people's. So, like, I would hear other people's.
No,
And then in the radio, too, like, you know how they always listen to, like, news and stuff? But, like, during the breaks, they play music. So.
I would hear it at home. Like, if we're having a little get-together, I'd hear the little ready.
But I did have a question about that, though. So, like, what if you have friends that have, like, different religions than you? Like, let's say they're Jewish or, like, they're, like, Arab or something.
I personally don't dig into other religions, and other religions friendship wise, because I've learned the hard way that our beliefs at the end of the day are not the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, sometimes like
Somebody's
people
leading
with
somebody.
people who believe in Buddhism, those people they don't believe in God, but that's their religion.
Yeah.
So I respect it. I don't partake in it. I don't support it. I respect your religion. I respect that you have a belief of your own. But that's not my belief. So I will take a step back from that friendship wise and any other relationship, any type of relationship wise. Like I'm just taking a step back. Friendship, family, like
You're going to hit a boulder.
I have I have a
What do you
friend who's Jewish, and I mean we don't really like we respect our boundaries. We know like we have completely different like religions, and so we don't really like she don't really talk about hers, and so I don't step into it either. And so but even when I have like my own stuff, because I mean God is in everything that I do, so like I kind of I always bring him up. I mean, she doesn't mind it because we both respect each other's like religions, and so we don't like. But we know like I keep her at a distance as well. I don't let her come too close just because I know it's like different. It's different religions, and I know it's either one person is gonna.
Yeah.
It's either I'm gonna influence her or she's going to influence me. So that's why I keep her at a distance. But like. She's a great person. I just we both respect each other's.
I mean, we're called to
religions,
love
so that's
everybody
why-
and care about
I mean, yeah, I'm not
everybody.
saying I'm not gonna care. I'm just saying like
No, I'm agree with you. I'm saying like we're called to respect and love everyone regardless of their backgrounds.
yeah,
Because at the end of the day, the Jesus is within us, and the Jesus that's within us shines brighter than what what am I trying to say? Shines inside of us and is enough to lead someone to Christ. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when Jesus was, when he was out there, he was friends with people. Well, not friends. He was with people that everyone thought was the scum of the earth. And the way he was, and the way he talked, and the way he carried himself, it intrigued people and made people curious to be like, I want what you have. I want the happiness that you have. I want the joy that you have. And that's what influenced them to come to him. So that's why I said it's either you're getting led or you're leading someone. That's why it's important as a Christian to be a leader in everything that you do.
And she also doesn't bring down like my religion or nothing. Just like I know some Jewish like you know, like our side, but like she doesn't bring it down or nothing. So it's like,
well, that's good.
Yeah, that's why I was just asking just to know.
What do you mean? I'm gonna hit a boulder. You said I'm gonna hit a boulder.
No, I said when you have friends that are not equally yoked, or family members, or relationships, you're gonna hit a boulder at some point.
Okay. All right, guys, it's that time in the podcast where we talk about the rapture. Now, there is a situation that happened yesterday, I believe, honestly. And this man on a missionary went to South Africa, and he was at a church. And in the church, he was held at gunpoint and kidnapped. Now, I'm gonna say this. Let's just think about what Matthew 24 says. I have it pulled up, actually. It's up here. Yep. Because of the increase of wickedness. Rose, can you read that for me?
Me? Wrong person.
No,
I'm not the right person.
Jimmy was not the right person. So
Which one is it?
the last one that's highlighted.
I don't even have my glasses on.
The 12th?
Yes.
Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold.
Yep. Now, because of the increase of wickedness, the love of others will grow cold. Now, if we're gonna sit here and we're gonna examine like all our worldly issues, hatred has just become an entire thing. It's become a thing inside people's families, inside people's houses, inside people's day-to-day lives. Coworkers hate each other. Like, hatred is just something that we now just live in. And this is like a second church crisis that has happened. Now it's infiltrating their church. Although it always has been, it's slowly started to infiltrate the church. Because if we look at it, there's a lot of times where churches just have conflict and they just butt heads. And there's groups that just don't like each other. There's people who just don't like each other. And it's just like, why? Why don't you hate each other? And don't you realize? And then, like I said earlier, if your eyes are closed, you're not going to realize that pertains, because we're living in the end times, that pertains to that time, that the increase of Jesus coming back. I'm gonna shut up.
You kind of lost me. I was waiting for you to conclude so I could figure out what you were talking about.
Oh.
You really just lost me.
I lost myself. He was kidnapped in the church, and that is just not recently a bunch of men and women were killed in the church. So the wickedness of the world is increasing and infiltrating the church and stuff. And we all have to realize that that's just like the rapture is happening soon. And everybody's eyes are closed and everybody's just hating each other. Everybody has beef. Everybody just has so much conflict within the church. And everybody still thinks that they're going to heaven. Everybody thinks that their end result is still heaven. Did I find you?
Yeah. Well, I was saying, Janice at Bible study. Not Bible study. It was Sunday school. And I was like, a long time ago, I used to just not want to go to hell. I didn't want to go to heaven either. I just didn't want to go to hell. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people, and she made that apparent to me, a lot of people still think that way. They don't want to go to hell, but they don't really like the thought of heaven much either. Because if you can't go to church every Sunday, you got a problem with praying, you got a problem with praising God, you don't want to go to heaven, because what are you going to be doing in heaven? There's a lot. I don't think well, let me not say that. I don't know. But if it's an issue here, it's going to be an issue for eternity. Heaven.
That's what me and G said.
If you've never stepped foot in church, you've never cracked open a Bible, but you're a good person, why do you think you're going to heaven? No, like, why do you think you're going to heaven? You know nothing about God, and you think he's just going to let you inside his house?
You haven't praised God.
You know nothing about this man, and you spent your whole life just being a good person. And just because you say you're nice, you think he's going to open his doors to you?
Talking about that, I have, I remember when I was younger, my grandmother on my dad's side, she's not like Christian. And so she's not like in anything. I think she was Catholic or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like the nicest person ever. She's the sweetest person ever. Like the sweetest you would ever meet, right? And so when she passed away, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so sweet, this and that." But sadly, she was not baptized, and she's not gonna make it. But she was like the sweetest person ever. But like, if you don't do the right stuff, even if you're the sweetest person ever, you're still not like going to make it, sadly. So
Because how does God know you're sweet?
he doesn't.
He does. You could be a good person.
Well, he knows that you're not.
He knows. Okay,
I
but
can't see.
you're a good person, but do you know God? Because there's good people who are Catholic. There's good people who are Buddhist. There's good people who are in every.
Who says God was a man?
Fair.
Oh.
Yeah, people are
More scared of hell, but they don't necessarily care about heaven. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. When I was about 5 through 12, no, 5 through 10, yeah. I thought
hilarious. We need to buy a black hair. We're not even talking about that right now.
I need about from 5 to 10. I thought I was going to heaven and eating fruits, and I mean, originally my brain was just like,
Yeah.
do I really just want to go eat fruits? I mean, I love fruits, but nah, not
I just
really.
don't want to go to hell, y'all. I don't want to burn for forever.
Like that was my mindset
Right.
beforehand.
When I was younger, I used to think, heaven is gonna be like you're just sitting down, you're not thinking about
White
nobody
clothes,
else.
dancing.
And then eating fruit. Yes, I love fruit.
I thought we'd be
If you
at a
know
fat
me,
table.
I love fruit so much.
So you was all on board for heaven, huh? For some fruit. Rose heard fruit and got baptized the next day.
I would eat fruits for forever. Like, it's so good. But yeah, I used to think that's what it was gonna be in there. We're just sitting around God and just listening to him talk and just pray and stuff like that.
A lot of good people will be going to hell.
Yeah.
A lot of good people will be going to hell. And on the flip side, and this is why God is so good, a lot of people who spent half their lives doing bad stuff and gave their life to Christ and is doing the right thing will go to heaven.
Yeah.
And the good people who judge them for what they used to do bad will be going to hell.
Yeah.
Just like even the Christians who were judging. Ooh, I can't talk. Who are judging the others who are doing the bad stuff, and now they repent.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all
So
going
that
to hell with them.
now you guys are going because
Yeah.
you guys were judging them. And now
Exactly.
they're in heaven. Now you're like, oh.
No, it's too late. Trumpets have sounded. It's done.
Oh, something to call it.
I just don't like fire, so going to hell is out of the question for me.
What she say?
She says, I don't like fire.
Heaven is for people who love God and love to praise and worship. That's what we will be doing.
Yeah, well,
I
know
really
now.
thought I was getting a fat bowl of fruits and just gonna be eating at a long
Both of
table
y'all only
where
have
God.
that now,
No,
but-
I thought I was gonna be at a long table
Y'all thought
across
heaven
from
was a
God,
farmer's market,
much
and that was
munching,
crazy.
with everybody, with a bunch of people. I don't know, just num. I thought
No,
that was
I
what it
did think
originally.
there was about to be a big old Thanksgiving feast. I thought,
Yeah,
I thought it was.
man, the rapture, if it happened at 10 a.m., by 6 p.m., we all sit at the table eating chicken legs.
Me
Chicken
too.
wings.
Me too. Well, not chicken wings, but like
Why
fruits.
not chicken
No, I
wings?
thought it was
Fruits.
like.
Jesus ate chicken. Why can't I eat
I
chicken?
told you I love fruit.
I
No,
thought.
I want chicken.
I honestly thought it was like healthy-ish. Do they accept Jesus? How? Before, like
Yeah,
the
no,
good
no, I'm
people
saying
or the bad people?
The bad people, they accept Jesus, but people are still judging them for their past. Those
Yeah.
people who are judging their past will be going to hell. You will be going to hell, while the person you were judging who gave their life to Christ, who is doing right by God, will be going to heaven.
Because you're judging their past, and they're past that. God knows that they're past that, but you're still judging them.
Exactly.
Why? And while you're not minding your business in your relationship with God.
Exactly. Instead of
Clock
embracing this person, being a sort of a mentor for this person because you've been in the faith, instead you're like, oh, you used to be a prostitute. Oh, you got 3 baby daddies. Oh, you this, you that. Now you think you're better than them. And you're going to hell for that.
Yeah, because you're not minding your relationship with God. And your relationship with God, it might just be as worse. You just don't think it is because it's not the exact
Just
same.
because hers is a parent.
Just because, oh, you made me forget. Oh, my God.
Just because her sin is shown in her stomach because she got
cutting me
pregnant
off.
before she was married, and your sin is watching porn in your closet, doesn't make you better than her. It doesn't make you a better Christian because yours can be hidden and hers can't.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The
stop
reason-
judging.
The only reason why you're judging her is because
Nobody can
yours
see what
is-
you're doing in your closet.
Exactly. Hers is out.
Clock it.
Everybody's talking about it.
Clock it. But yeah, people, I just, with watermelon involved among those
Yes,
fruits,
ma'am.
and orange covering eyes.
Yes. I love
Honestly, the other night I was burning in my bed. I was rolling over. I was hot. I don't know why I was so hot. And I woke up out of my sleep and I was like, I can't even handle this heat. I'm not going to hell. I can't do
I
it.
think about
Can't
that
do
every
it.
summertime. It
Like,
gets real hot, and I'm like, it
gets
do
hotter.
eternity like this.
It gets hotter and hotter and hotter every summer. It gets hotter and hotter. I'm just like, And imagine like a billion times hotter. Hell is not for me.
That means we're getting closer
Mm.
to the time. If it keeps getting hotter and hotter every
Oh,
summer.
yeah.
God's giving us a taste. Or for a goop. And if y'all can't handle that, get in your Bibles, get in your church, get on them knees and pray. That's what I will be doing. Because I can't handle the heat.
Quickly. But
He said they're called moralists.
Oh, people who judge people?
I guess so.
probably.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Okay, guys. Our last topic is lonely but not alone. I think a lot of times people just think that they're alone because when you're surrounded by people, you feel like you're there. You feel like you're missing out when how do I say this? Okay. There was this last year I had this one class and I knew nobody in that class. In that class, in my mind, I was alone. But there was a whole bunch of people around me. There was a group of people around me. A group of people surrounding me. A group of people talking around me. So that just proved that I'm not alone. I was lonely, but I'm not alone. And a lot of times people mix the two. And people feel that way with their relationship with God. They feel that way with their community in God and their community in church. They just feel that way. They feel alone. But how can you be alone when you're surrounded by a group of people? You may feel lonely, but and even then, sometimes you aren't even lonely. No. Even then, you're lonely. But you're surrounded by a group of people who's with you, so you're not alone. You may feel lonely, but you're not alone.
I think it's because like you being in the classroom. I think it's just because they're there with you physically and not like they're not talking to you. You don't have any like.
Okay, there will not be chicken in hell. Okay, I'm sorry.
Heaven.
There's no chicken in heaven.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, let me say what I say before I forget. While you were talking,
You keep cutting me off.
I let you talk. You forgot.
No, you cut me off to say something
Oh,
about that.
sorry. I apologize.
Sorry.
They
While
argue is so funny.
I was thinking about that one French song that we sing. You'd be like, no, jamais tu sais. Oh, no. I don't know the rest. I don't speak good French. But that song brings me so much comfort, even though I don't know. I don't know.
But you know what it means?
I know that it means you're not alone. But do I know every single word? Absolutely not. But the song just brings me a lot of comfort. And I play it a lot when I feel lonely. But I feel like the spirit of loneliness, it's just the devil trying to isolate you, to me. I feel like when you feel lonely, the devil's trying to isolate you to lead you to do something. That happens when you feel lonely, which whether it's cutting yourself, whether it's arousing yourself sexually, whether it's
But you know, God can also put you in a season of isolation too, So it's not just
Isolation and loneliness is two different things. Isolation is separating yourself from distractions from him.
Yeah.
Loneliness is a feeling that you have nobody at all. That means you feel like God's not even with you. You're by yourself.
Yeah.
But isolation, I feel like, is different. Isolation is, hey, you need to focus on what I'm telling you to do and what I have planned for you. So I'm going to take away your friends. I'm going to take away anything that's dividing you from what you need to focus on. Loneliness is kind of depression. You know what I mean?
Where you feel invisible and
Yeah.
unimportant.
yeah.
Yeah. Clock it.
Well, that's it.
Oh, let me read what it says. Nope. Who says nope?
The
Is it about
host.
the chicken?
Yeah. Loneliness and solitude is a mindset. It is possible to be surrounded by people and still feel lonely. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. You may feel lonely when you're, like I said, when I was in that classroom, I felt alone, but I was lonely, not alone, because I wasn't by myself. I had a group of people around me talking about whatever they were talking about. Nonsense.
I used to feel lonely at home, even though I had like 300,565 cousins living with me, and I had a huge family. I still felt extremely alone. I felt like I was by myself in everything that I did. Even though I was surrounded by people and, you know, I had no type of privacy at all, but my mindset was I am by myself and I'm alone. And it made me extremely depressed because I felt, you know, I felt like I didn't have anybody. I had nobody to rely on. I had nobody to lean on. And that feeling could be really suffocating when you feel like you're alone. And it could cause you to have panic attacks. Because I used to have panic attacks when I felt lonely. Because I was like, I'm literally suffocating. And there's no way for me to express myself. Which is another thing. Because it's really hard to express yourself in a Haitian household. Well, I guess let me not say Haitian. Most households, let me not say most either. Some households, it's hard to
you
express
could say
yourself.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's really hard to...
because it happens here too.
Yeah.
So you say some households.
So it's really hard to express yourself. And when you find like you can't express yourself, you can't talk about your feelings or how stuff make you feel, you feel lonely and you feel suffocated and you feel like you can't breathe. And for a long time, I felt all those feelings. I felt like there was no channel for me to express myself. There was no way for me to be my true self. Not my true self, but for me to talk about how I feel. Because it was simple. Well, you're not supposed to feel anything. You're not paying no bills. All you have to do is worry about school. What do you mean you have feelings? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, my parents never told me that, but I've
Well,
heard,
they never said it directly.
Can I say it?
Go ahead.
My parents never told me that, but I know some people who their parents told them that in front of me, and I was just like,
Yeah.
come on.
Because
now.
if you
Not
tell your
just
parents you're
because-
depressed.
Not just because they're a kid that they don't have anything going on. You're not living the same life that they're living. You don't know
You're
what they're
not dealing
going
with
through.
what they're dealing
Wait.
with.
And hold
It's
on.
like it comes to the brain and it just doesn't.
Literally.
It just
It
comes
doesn't
out.
stop. I can't,
Like-
y'all. I really can't.
But yeah,
I'm
you're not
trying.
in the schools with them. You don't know if they're getting bullied or not. They're not gonna talk. They don't want to talk because they don't feel comfortable telling you about it. Because I mean, you don't make them feel comfortable for them to talk to you about it. They're
Yeah.
getting bullied. You don't know that, and because they're feeling depressed at home, and you're like, you don't have anything to do. You don't have bills to pay. Why are you feeling bad? Why are you feeling depressed or whatever? You don't have anything in your mind. But
You have
go to
clothes on your
school.
back. You have a roof over your head.
Exactly. Just go to school and that's it. No, that's not how it works. Everyone has their own emotions and feelings.
I
So-
agree. But if I play devil's advocate, you got to understand what shoes your parents on. 9 times out of 10, let's say they came to America in 2000, they had you in 2001. So they're fresh in the country.
Sorry.
Girl, they're looking for a better life for you? What?
Yeah, but then again, when you think about it, like every single generations have their own struggles.
True.
So it's like
True.
that was their struggle, but you have your own struggle right now, isn't it?
But they don't. What I'm saying is playing devil's advocate. They're not thinking about their 12-year-old struggle. They're thinking about, how am I going to pay this rent next
Yeah.
month? How am I going to put groceries on the table when I'm getting paid $8 an hour and they cut my hours? So you dealing with all these things. You got 4 kids, 5 kids. You're
Thank you. I was about to say that.
You gotta think twice.
If you
somebody-
come straight from Haiti into America and you're not financially stable,
worried about having 5.
why are
6
you
kids.
having kids? Respectfully, If you came to America and your first thing was to have kids,
That's
2000, 2001, now I'm having kids, now you're struggling financially. And I'm not going to say that's your own business. Well, no, it is your own business.
It is your business.
It is your business.
Sac voyeur.
That's what I Sac
I
voyeur.
know. No, I'm not judging or anything. I'm just telling something that happened. So back at my old church, back in Haiti, back at home, and so there was this family. They started with them too. Well, with the parents, and then there was another one. So 3 of them. And then next thing I know, every single time, belly was big. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then they would like struggle financially, like really, really struggle, and ask,
but keep having kids.
And people would like help them out. My parents would help them out. Everyone would be helping them out. But then they leave, and then they come back,
still pregnant.
Pregnant again.
I asked my girl. Okay, continue.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
And it's like, it's like if you're struggling, why do you keep having babies? That's just more responsibilities. Now you're gonna get them to suffer. Now they can't eat. You can't eat. You're struggling. You're stressing a lot, and you don't know how you're gonna feed them. And now they're struggling too. You don't want them to be thinking about that. I mean, they're a kid. You don't want them to be thinking about that. However, it's always gonna affect them because they see it. You're not telling them about it, but they see it, and it's affecting them. And so I just don't think it's the right thing. If you know the amount of money, like the amount of income that you're getting, why?
If you see the climate,
why go ahead and have 5 kids when you only have money for 1 or 2 kids? You know.
Thank you.
I feel like Pastor Samuel was saying that in his preach. He was saying a lot of times in Haiti, when they can't control, themselves, and they'll have like 7 kids. And then they have to send them to other people to take care of their kids so they can pay for their school. Mm-hmm. And now, your kid is probably at Passé Museum Baomun, and they didn't ask for that. They didn't ask to be here, but now they got to clean and wash dishes and wash clothes all day long just so they can go to school. Without thinking, you're thinking in your head, well, I'm doing something good for her. They need to be grateful that they did blah, 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 blah. They need to be grateful. They need to be grateful that they found someone to pay for their school. But at the same time, do you know what type of mental stress you're putting on that little kid? That 12-year-old or 15-year-old girl, while she has to do her schoolwork, she got to remember to wash everybody's clothes. She got to remember to clean tout chaud jail, faire manger, balai, passer mop, and still do her schoolwork. And you can still see that little girl surpasses the girl that she's taking care of. That's the same age as her. That's sitting doing nothing.
That's what my dad was talking about yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like, when they were like, they had 1 kid because they knew that's what they could afford at the moment.
Exactly.
And then after like 5 years, they were like, okay, now we can bring in the
money's up.
Okay,
finances are up.
It's better.
The bag getting bigger.
It got better. So
the bag got bigger.
Yeah.
That's irresponsible. Yes, it is.
And so once they figured out that they can bring in another child, they brought the other child after like 5-6 years, and here I am. But like, if they weren't like financially ready, I would never be here.
But I mean, I agree, and I feel like our generation is very smart about that. We get a lot of bad feedback because everyone's like, why is this generation waiting till their 30s to have kids? Why are they waiting till their 30s to get married? And I'm like, we're trying to stack our money up and get put in a position where we could give our kids everything that we didn't have, because our parents were like, depuis tu là, yep, monsieur quand même. That's kind of the mindset. Okay, go ahead.
I've been waiting since Rose.
I saw her.
I've been waiting because I forgot the first time. But I don't know if you guys saw this if you're on social media. There was this lady, and there's actually 2 ladies. I'm going to mention both of them. They're both on TikTok. One lady lived in a 1-bedroom house. Had exactly 7 kids, had them all sleep in the kitchen/living room. Her kids were sleeping in the kitchen/living room. Now, first of all, that is unsafe. That is unsafe for the children, because if the kids are sleeping in the kitchen and living room and somebody decides to pew, let me come in here and rob you guys, even though it's a little house, the kids are going to end up injured first because they're first lined up. Now, if you don't have enough room, stop having kids. Stop. You're pregnant with your 8th. Stop. Time out. Wait. Get house with more rooms.
Palm colored too. You had every opportunity in the world for you to have some money saved up. You were born here. Not saying if you were born here, you didn't have trials or tribulations, but you had a lot of advantage as a discolored person born in America, had every opportunity, but you still decided to do nothing with your life, and you still decided to bring 7 kids while you did nothing in your life.
And now they're all sleeping in the living room slash dining room.
No.
Now, another thing is one, if that was a black person, CPS would be called immediately because why don't the kids have their own room? And that's just that. CPS, Child Protective Services, would have been at that door 5.9 as soon as the TikTok was posted at the door. That's the first thing. Now there's another lady. Her name was Nurse Hannah. She had 2 kids.
Putting the whole name out.
Right.
I mean, her name was Nurse Hannah on TikTok. Like, that's literally what she went by. I don't know the other lady's name. Nurse Hannah had 2 kids. They could barely afford a meal for the first one. So they were eating for themselves, not giving the child any food.
What?
Gave the child like 3 French fries, not even a sip of the drink. So
Okay, but
But what?
there's
Listen.
no advocate for that
listen. If I have a 2-year-old, right?
Was the kid 2 years old?
Yeah.
Let me think. If me and my husband are out to eat, I know my 2-year-old is not going to eat a whole plate of burger and fries. I'd just order a burger and fries, and I'll give them some of my fries and give them half of my burger. Because I know I'm not going to waste money on a whole plate for them if they're not going to eat
I
it.
don't think that's what she meant.
What do you mean?
I think they just gave the baby the 3 pieces.
Like, they
and then
weren't sharing.
nothing to
Like, they
drink.
wouldn't allow the
weren't
baby to eat
sharing.
at all.
Oh,
You know how babies, if they want more after you give them those
Yeah.
3 pieces, if they want more, they're gonna ask you. You're
No, they
gonna
just
give
go-
it.
No, they
Take it.
smacked the hand.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
smack the hand.
They're not sharing.
And then she was on Dr.
Oh, I
Phil.
was about to say, I'm not buying no 2-year-old a whole plate of food for $15.
I mean, they have kids meals though, and then if even the kids meals, you could pack that up and take it home.
Yeah.
Even if they don't eat it all, pack it up,
Yeah.
take it home. Because your kid, at the end of the day, your kid is human, is hungry. So first kid was struggling. Second thing, they locked their child in the room, and it's just like there's
Oh.
so many like times where people just, one, don't need kids, two, aren't financially responsible for children at all. And it's like, you have to realize when you're not financially responsible or financially stable for a child, your best bet is to not bring a child into the world, because your child will be miserable. Your child will be suffering. While you're suffering, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to do this, your child will be suffering thinking, oh, well, I can't do this because my mom has to do this. I can't do this because my dad has to do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. And you have to realize, when you bring a child into the world, instantly financial. You're going to have that child, finance. My mom, she does not like when I ask her for money for at all. Now,
No parents do.
Nope. It is like, at some point it's like, okay, I ask her for a lot of money, then I ask my dad. My dad, see, and here's the difference. Here's what gets me and makes my head
Well, this
scratch a little
personal.
bit. No. It's not gonna. No. I'm gonna leave it very personal. I ask my dad, he'll be like, okay. I ask my mom, she'll be like, okay. Sometimes she'll be like, okay. But then they all realize that I am someone who doesn't have a job, has been trying to get a job. They realize I don't have a job. I've been trying to get a job. I am still, at the end of the day, their child. I still am on their financial responsibility plate because I am a child. At the end of the day, once you bring a child into this world, that's who you have to pay for the next however many years.
Forever.
When you go out to eat, better be ready to swipe that card. Tap. And it's just like, that's just what it is. When your child needs, when you need groceries for your house, okay, you need groceries for your house.
Dad talking from 4 different accounts. Because there's American Baptist Church.
His business.
Right, putting his business out there. But you just have to,
No, I like it. Thank you.
you have to realize that you're just gonna have your financial responsibility. And you're always gonna
never
have that.
ends.
It's never gonna end. College, financial responsibility, and financial aid. Help your child sign up for financial
There's no
aid.
financial aid no more, girl.
I have finance.
They cut my financial
They
aid.
put it back. We know they did.
No, it's not for what you think. I had it. But
No, but they brought it back though.
oh, they did. Oh, let me file that. I need to file that.
Financial aid, scholarships, stuff like that for school. Apply for that.
I mean, I'm gonna cut you off. A
when
good
do you
example-
not?
You're right. A good example, my neighbor, they're from the Bahamas. So they've been living next to us for a very long time. They were living in the neighborhood for a very long time. Their daughter moved, she got married at 23 to her military husband, and they were her husband was they were married for about 15 years, and their husband died in the military.
Oh.
So she ended up moving back in with her parents and became her parents' sole kind of like her parents provide for her for now. So I just wanted to say that to say a parent's job is really never
Ending.
So the fact that you're bringing a kid in this world, not saying that kids be a bum and not be able to provide and help your family. What?
I used to hate when my parents would be mad because they have to spend money on me. I didn't sit down in the bedroom to make me.
No, you know what? That's actually facts.
That's actually
Why are you
really
mad because I asked for
funny.
$1 for ice cream?
Why are you mad because you brought me here?
Why can't I have quarter hat day?
Where was
a quarter?
Where was I at? I was
Why are you
minding my
mad 'cause I
business
want
somewhere.
McDonald's? I want a little Happy Meal and I get mad because you want me to eat legume? No.
For the 18th time?
Right. Legume been sitting
Suspa.
for 2 weeks.
Suspa.
That's why legume. I've had it for 2 weeks. Can I have a kid's meal? What? I can't lie. My parents took me to Wendy's every Thursday
Oh.
because they had like
It took a minute to get them to
To
start.
be honest,
They had a
I
25-cent
was the
burger.
youngest kid, and I was alone in that house. I was the youngest kid and the only kid in the house for a while, so I was spoiled a little bit.
No, I feel like
So,
my parents
no,
did
I
a really
am-
good job with spoiling us.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be so real. I am spoiled, and I'm also bougie. I realized this because I went to a hotel. Child need to know how to. I went to a hotel.
No, don't skip over that part. No.
I went to a
Manage your
hotel. I went to a hotel, and I try. I honestly do try. There's a reason why I can't really do it though. I went to a hotel the other day for Disney. Fun, best hotel ever. There's 2 mattresses, right? I slept on the pull-out couch, right? Very comfortable, by the way. Now I go over to the mattress that they give you, and I feel on it. It's not memory foam, so I walk away. And that just really clicked for me that like
What?
I might be a little bougie or whatever.
I actually have a story time when you're done talking.
Yeah, you're okay. I might just be a little bougie. I might be a little spoiled. If I ask for money is given oftentimes, honestly. I mean, there's always a little complaint that follows that's like,
But you go get the
what'd you do
money.
your money? What, like, why do you keep losing your money? As I pull out the wallet and hand me the 20. Thanks!
I mean, as long as you're not like consistently asking for money and you're just wasting the money, I don't think it's a problem asking your parents for money. Now, if you're like one,
It's a problem if you're
one of
like
those-
22
if you're like one of those kids and you keep asking for money,
while you're working.
exactly, and like,
Why don't you have gas?
where's that money that you're making?
You're working
What
40
are you
hours a
doing with
week
it?
and you can't put gas in your car?
What are you doing?
My below story time was when we were little, Gaba was about like, I'm gonna put his business out there. He was about like 4 years old. For some random reason,
Who's Gama?
Gama, my brother, my little brother, he was about 4, maybe 5 years old. For some random reason, my mom bought 1-ply toilet paper. And then randomly after church, we're sitting at the table, and he looks at my mom. He's like, "Mama, pas de papier toilette ça encore parce que la map si it scrapes my butt and I don't like it. Can you buy the 2-ply in Creole at 5 years old?" And he was like, "It's too cheap for me. I don't like it."
I didn't say that part.
No, the radio person is taking Janice out. They didn't make only you. They made a bunch of you.
Not calling Janice's tea. He did it right. He only had 2.
He wanted 12.
Oh.
Barely could have. Never mind.
Wow.
No, but this happened. Like, I've done that before. I mean, I didn't say like it's cheap, but like,
No, he said it straight like that.
I was like, it's not doing the job.
That's basically what he said. He said, "Don't do this again. Can you buy 2-ply?" And sure enough, next time my mom went to Costco, she bought 2-ply toilet paper. She's yet to buy 1-ply ever since then. Gaba is 15 now. We've never had 1-ply toilet paper since.
I love 2-ply. 2-ply helps.
That's actually, it's
soft.
like they do their best to spoil their kids. We have to be honest. Haitian parents do their absolute best to spoil their kids as much as they're financially able to.
I'm gonna be so like when I tell you I realize how spoiled I am, and I realize very quickly. I just hate hearing the word no. Like if I didn't make you mad, don't tell me no. And it's very odd.
Then you
Like
start telling you no now.
Right. You don't like being told no?
No, I don't like being told no when I didn't do anything wrong though. If that makes any sense. Like
What if they just don't got it?
that's fine. That as well is fine. Like if you don't have it, that's fine. But I don't like being told no in certain aspects. Like if I ask you, if I
asked you for a BMW, you tell me no.
if I ask you to take me somewhere and you don't have to spend the money and you just tell me no, I'm just like, okay. Now I don't like hearing the word no. Now I'm gonna be a little petty and a little angry. I'm gonna move on with my life though.
No, you might be a little too spoiled.
No, I am.
They can't. I mean, they can't. I mean, you
People be tired.
yeah.
I'd be tired because my brother be waking me up Saturday morning 8 a.m. He's like, "Can you take me to football?" And I'm like,
What's the please?
can you take me to football? And I'm like, first of all, you didn't tell me the night before. How do you know if I slept good last night? Why do I gotta take you all the way 20 minutes to your high school?
I feel like if you're asking someone else for a favor, you need to take into consideration everything.
Exactly.
You know?
And it comes down to your parents too. Be nice. Don't tell them 2 days before, oh yeah, I need like $20 for this project. Or last minute, I need this to do this. Or last minute, I need a ride to go here. Tell them a week in advance, you know.
No, I'm gonna be real. If like certain things, I just make certain things shake. Like I'm not. There are just instances.
Why are you wanting the money?
Why are you wasting the money?
Why are you wasting the money?
Somebody doesn't have their glasses on. Guys,
I don't have my
we
glasses
have. It's 8:59. Let's.
Oh.
Let me fix this out really quick after this. Thank y'all so much for watching, tuning in
so
for
much.
Voice of the Youth, basically the girls podcast because we're the boys.
Where are the men?
We're the boys. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.
Bye.
I know how to switch it now.
Okay, girl.
It's 1 and 2.
That was a great podcast.
Yeah, they can still hear you.
All I said was it was a good podcast.
Sorry guys, give us a second.
Prédication, enseignement, prière, divertissement. Dans le plus saint environnement. RTL, le réseau de la bonne nouvelle.
Chapitre 6. Jéricho était fermé et barricadé devant les enfants d'Israël. Personne ne sortait et personne n'entrait. L'Éternel dit à Josué, « Vois, je livre entre tes mains Jéricho et son roi, ses vaillants soldats. Faites le tour de la ville, vous tous les hommes de guerre, faites une fois le tour de la ville. Tu feras ainsi pendant 6 jours. 7 sacrificateurs porteront devant l'arche 7 trompettes retentissantes. Le 7e jour, vous ferez 7 fois le tour de la ville. Et les sacrificateurs sonneront des trompettes. Quand ils sonneront de la corne retentissante, quand vous entendrez le son de la trompette, tout le peuple poussera de grands cris. Alors la muraille de la ville s'écroulera, et le peuple montera, chacun devant soi. Josué, fils de Nun, appela les sacrificateurs et leur dit, « Portez l'arche de l'Alliance, et que 7 sacrificateurs portent 7 trompettes retentissantes devant l'arche de l'Éternel.